do it, you don't do it on a weekend when the kids are there. That was the difference. That was the difference. But as far as Zach sitting there all sweetness and light, and it's not illegal to pass a number or a name on, and I never said that about Angie. What I did say was the intent behind it. When he purposely said to her, I want to go down this and I want to do this, and called me all the derogatory names, called me like how people mock what we are with them kind of names, called me all of them names. She was giving him, and if she's come to and swivel, come to that, she was giving that information out, knowing there was babies here, and known somebody was coming to do something bad with petrol. That's what she gave out, and that was what my problem was. But Zach, listen, you've put that up on your page. You're not all sweetness and light, and you know what's the matter? Your little net's coming around about you. And as far as his dad, right, I didn't know this man, and I've never been in contact with him since because I was blocked. I have had messages to say it wasn't no setup. It was. I was on a live. I was doing whatever I was doing, and then I was contacted because Zach had been going on about his dad this day. And anyways, the man had said, we know you let people on your platform. Can he come on? So I said, not a problem. And if everybody remembers, I never asked that man one question. I just said, listen, keep it so you're not going to get me a banana. I said, and you'll see me doing things. I'm doing a few bits of things, but the platform's yours. The man said whatever he said, and that was it. So then, when the man had went and I was still on live, I got a WhatsApp. Pearl, you've just been set up good and proper. So I ended my live and I went to contact Paul, that's Zach's dad, went to contact him, and I was blocked. Now, why would that man want to use my platform and then block me straight away? But a couple of days after, Zach sat in his little chair thinking he's clever, having a little laugh and saying I even had to help push things along a bit quicker. No, I had to help push things along because they weren't happening quick enough. So 1,000,000%, Zach, I was set up. You know I was set up. And listen, even if you and your dads fell out now, which you obviously have, because is it your stepmom's coming out with all kinds and saying all kinds? When have I once gone in at you and said what Kieran had been saying? When have I once gone in at you and saying what your stepmom's saying? I was the one that said it was wrong. Right? So don't sit there all holier than thou. You went at Alicia. You went at misread. You wanted to do things to Alicia with your hands and do all of this. So don't sit there all sweetness and light, Zach, because you're over there with our Delulu, who will back you to the core, because we all know that she'll go against the grain. But let me tell you as well, is that Zach just come in there, is it? I don't even know. Well, anyway, Zach, if it was you who was coming, don't sit there all sweetness like this was out last year that I'd give Corey your address. Not on the app, not on anything. It was spoke over the phone, which, by the way, there's not a problem with that. So what was the problem? But the problem I had with Poison is the intent that was behind it when Corey said he was coming here to basically like pour petrol on, and what Angie done then was handed over. That's what she done. She didn't give the number of me address. She said Ferriel Park, Gypsy Park. That's what she said. So, and she knew what you were coming to pour petrol over. That's what was said. So yes, I've never hid it in that I give Zach's address out. Not once. I've never hid it in. And this video, what Corey done, has been out there from last year. That was the point. But he never once said he was going to do anything. He just asked for the address. Where when he said it to Angie, that's why I said we didn't know if he was a psychopath, right? Come on, Corey's Corey. We know he's not going to do anything like magnified, but what I'm trying to say is he could have put somebody up. That was the difference. That was the difference, and that's why I went mad with you, Angie. So you sit there, come to me all you want. And by the way, Yes, me and Corey spoke over what he said, and we had a little few words over what was said. But I've told you before, I won't do anything underhanded. Everybody knew last year that I had given that address to Corey. And how can you get the clipping if everybody didn't know it was said on Corey's Live? So I haven't got nothing to hide in, not a thing. But what I wouldn't have done if Corey had said to me, I want to go and pour petrol over Zach, not in a million years would I have given it. But like I say, Zach, stop you sitting there playing white is white. I've got all the messages as well as lots of other people. Yes, you paid the money back, but you kept trying to, it was the poor woman's wedding fund, and that woman come to me, knowing what I'd done at the time, the same as what yous all do, and asked could she air that on my platform. And again, yes she could. Yes she could. And the vile, horrible things that you've said to Danielle, it's on another level. Shame on you, Zach. This is what he sits and says, going on just because she's got cancer. Yes, I'll have a box of chocolates because I've got cancer. Honest to God, what a absolute piece of work. Zach, you go and do what you got to do, because I don't give not one flying F, right? You are vile. You mock people that's in DV. Yes, you do. You mock people that's in DV. You want it Alicia, you want it misread. You mock a cancer victim. That's what you mock. With all the videos we've got, Zach, so you go and do your best. You go in at people on their traumas. But when Kieran's come to the app, have I said, oh my God, look what he's done now? Or when, is it your mother... stepmother has come out and said that you'd done something with autistic children. When have I mentioned that? I was the one who said it was wrong. So get off your little high horse, Zach, sitting with your little cronies, and take a long hard look in the mirror at the wicked, evil, corrupted things that you do. And still to this day you go in at Danielle, who's still battling cancer. So get off that thing and never mind about fixing your crown, Zach. Who are you? You are a rotten piece of work. That's what you're at, a rotten piece of work. And you know what's the matter now, while you're scrambling for all of these things that's been out and about, is because you know people seeing the real you, Zach. The real you, that's what they're seeing. Not this little fake thing sitting behind. And he was even going on. He had a meltdown and he was out of his head on wherever the night he said that. Listen, you've said it, own it. The same as I said what I said, I owned it, yes, and I went to court over it. So what? A word I used all the time, by the way. A word I used all the time. So listen, between you and Poison, Father Ted over there, go and give your little heads a shake. Everybody knew last year that I give Corey your address. So what? So what? Is it a crime? No. So what? But one thing I don't do, Zach, I do not sit there, mock everything that goes around. You come out with the S word as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So, Zach, I don't know whatever you've had today is making you think that you are this holier than thou person. You definitely not. 1,000,000%. You're so far from that. It's laughable. It's actually laughable. And for Father Ted to be sitting there backing you and everything, well, it just speaks volumes. But all as I can say is, I'm so glad I'm away from that friendship over there, because I did think a lot about her. But do you want to know something? You know, when I found that out, what she'd done, knowing what Corey was going to come here and do, turned my stomach sick to the core. And that's why I will never ever ever be friends. And do you know, didn't I say I'd never block her on WhatsApp? Now she's blocked, because she was the one who wanted harm to come to me, and was even specifically saying don't go on a weekend when the kids are there. That's what she said. So listen, Father Ted and Mr. Pratt, get off your high horses, like you said. And then it was only yesterday she was sat laughing when somebody said they want to grape the mother. The mother, get her on the floor and whatever it was. So if you think that's funny, it just shows how sick and twisted you are. And that's what I wanted to say to everybody, like, weird and wonderful place. But I know they come to, and so come to that. Go and sit on a cactus and swivel. Do you know what I'm saying? Go and sit on a cactus and swivel. And I hope the pain's unbearable. How's about that? And what are you going to do? Nothing. Not one little thing. But like I say, Zach, before you run up and down, holding yourself, I've never done this, I've never done that. You are the worst I've ever heard. For somebody to blatantly mock a cancer victim, because that's what she is. She's a cancer survivor. That's what she is. But anyway, shame on you, Zach. And like I say, our blessed Lord God doesn't pay his debts with money, and that's what's coming back to bite you in the ass. I'll own what I've said. That was out there from last year at me giving your number and your address to Corey. That was out there from last year. Corey said it on a live. So why you bringing that up now? But I forgot. The net's closing in and we're seeing the real true people that's sitting on here and acting holier than thou. Well, you ain't holier than any. You're as holy as the holes in my drawers with lots of holes in. That's what you're as holy as. But your hands are far from clean. You and Father Ted, far from clean. But anyways, everybody, that's all that I've come on to say, because they come to and sitting scrutinising and pulling everything out. But that was my point with Father Ted. She did not know. She knew he was coming here to do something really bad, and she still handed that over. When me and Corey had the conversation, Corey just said, have you got his address? I said, I have, and his phone number. I think it was his phone number. Might have been his dad's phone number, I don't know. Can't rightly remember now, but I've given them. And like I say, what crime have I committed there? None whatsoever. So there you go. I've come on and told the proper story, but yous two over there who's sitting camtooning us, stop making yourself holier than thou. You've done lots and lots and lots on this app. In fact, the videos go on for hours. And Zach, you should know better than anybody that I'll be getting videos left, right and centre sent from you. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, stop mocking people with terminal illnesses. Stop gaslighting people all the time, because I've learnt what that word means now. And like, I'm glad that you've got a job and you're going to go out and earn your own money instead of going to poor vulnerable women and taking the wedding fund money off them, and they had to bend over backwards to get that money back off you. Do you know what I'm saying? So never mind. But listen, I'm sure you'll get there one day, Zach, when you get off your little sweaty crutch. Instead of sitting begging it up to time on here, and go and get yourself a real job. Get that bit of gumption in your stomach where you think, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I've got out off my sweaty crutch today, went to work, and I've earned, honest to days, God, £10. I've earned it. I'm going to put that £10 aside and start paying for bits of things out, my own money what I've earned, instead of coming on here paying a fucking pity party. Shame on you. Well, anyways, everybody, I have got jobs to do, and I have got family to go and sort out, but barring from that, oh, thank you, me babies. You don't have to. I've only come on for 2 minutes because I've sat over in Father Ted's and they was not letting us in. But like I say, we've all got our own lives that we can go on to. But listen, I'm sending you all love and light, me babies, and always be honest with people. I've told you before, there's no back doors in me. If I've done something, I'll say I've done it. I won't be like Delulu setting all of these little plans up, what she used to try to do with me as well, and I wouldn't have none of it. Just putting that out there. Setting all these plans up to get money off. Look at all that money she was gifted when she was so affected by the video that EQ done, that AI thing. So affected. We all run there like big taties. She had thousands spent on her. And then, there you go, storyline, because she's sitting with EQ, and nothing against EQ. Listen, makes no odds to me what anybody does on this app now. Not one little bit of difference. Like I say, I deal with my own shit and my own shit only. But I've just come on to say to you, there was no back doors in me. It wasn't sneaky. It was said on a live last year. Yes, everybody knows I gave Corey the address, and it'll never come out my mouth where it come from. I found it. If you want to find anybody badly enough, you can. You can. But, like I say, and to get that out there as well, I ain't the auntie to no rapist. So you dig into that all you want, Zach. You doesn't bring trauma to the app. And stop mocking people in DV, and stop mocking people with terminal illnesses. Apart from that, me babbies, all of yous have a lovely day. And I wasn't even going to come on till after everything's sorted, but I've just had to come on saying as I couldn't get in the other box. Do you know what I mean? Because they think they're fucking superior, and they're as superior as Again, the holes in my knickers. And who wants them? Nobody. Well, I do, because it's air conditioning. But apart from that, have a lovely day, me babbies. Big love, and I will see you all soon. Bye, me chickens. Bye, me chickens.